Respected friends, welcome. Salutations to you and the Lord. Being so consistent, regular in trying to lift our mind to tune to the great masters like Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavan and also to the rishis of our past through the study of Upanishads. Itself is a very, very good, great initiative and endeavor. Yes, this effort must be result oriented. But when will that result of higher and greater achievement comes, we will have patience to wait for it. But with the inspiration gained out of the joy, out of the recognition that we are able to try at least through the study of Upanishad and Bhashya to tune to the truth with that inspiration and the faith in ourselves and the divine grace. Only thing we have to do is being very, very consistent. While being so, once in a while we can pause and see what is the progress that is achieved. Expected progress is able to grasp what is said in Upanishads. Tune to ourselves to that meaning grasped through sadhana to experience it. Actually, our effort to study Upanishad, understand it, grasp it, do the sadhana and reach the goal by itself is a direct straight path. But problem with us is while trying to be on that path, because the instrument used for it is the same mind and intellect which is used also for the worldly activities, and that instrument being of so much of let us say impurities or a variety of tendencies, forces are there in it, because of which the travel is not happening so smoothly. Like the destination to be reached is very clear, road also is very good. But if the vehicle is giving problems again and again, just like now, I was trying from last 20 minutes to tune through the YouTube. Once in a while it fails. Why it fails, God knows. So no problem with instruments. We tried all instruments. This new instrument I am trying now, it is working. Same way, let us know that we need to have a special maturity, that is to protect our faculty called as Mana Chitta Buddhi to be conducive for the spiritual journey only. And for that, we have to sacrifice which is non-spiritual. That sacrificial pain which is there, we have to go through and we have to withstand. If we can't do that, like the pain of injection or the pain of giving up some liked food for the sake of health, we have to go through. Otherwise, we can have the pleasure of having those foods and avoiding the injection, but that enhances, aggravates our disease. So we can't be happy with the diseased body. So with the disease of samsara, we will always be dukhi and struggling. For this higher gain of avoiding the dukkha and struggle, we have to go through the painful treatment of readiness to sacrifice the things so that our faculties are fit for, tuned to only our spiritual sadhana. This calls for, that commitment for the sadhana, and for that we have to be inspired by seeing the lifestyles of such great saints and sages. More than that, this moha creating maya yukta jagat, perceivable through the senses, having all power to create, the distractions in our mind, we should be able to avoid them. And it is not tough at all. Only one thought, as it was said yesterday, Kalena. Ki, such things we have experienced so many a times. It will be all the time the same one. The most crucial thing is, the more we involve in them, the vasana for it, the demand for it grows only, never reduces. Like what Sukha Bhoga we are going through in this life. It is not first time. In the earlier millions of lives, same thing we are going on having. But have they ended? Never. So even in this life also, with the imagination that let me involve in them this life or these years, toward the later period of my life or the next life, I give up this and take up sadhana. This proposal is only self-deceiving, self-cheating only. Because by giving up only, they can be transcended, but not by going on involving. So with this very subtle but very important thought, we should be able to keep on avoiding. More than that, we should be able to keep on applying ourselves in search of the truth. What are the things to be done? Whether it is attending the class, doing swadhyaya at home, independently thinking, contemplating, and whatever little understanding obtained, trying to abide by that. Only in these things, the life has to be spent, not anything else. The one who is able to get convinced about it and be on that path sincerely, while being on that path, again with all our sincerity, the forces never end to trouble us, inner and outer. So, withstanding to those cyclonic forces, earthquake like forces, when we be consistent on the sadhana, then we are conquering slowly, slowly in yoga bhasha the bhumikas of Shipta Muda Vikshipta, and all the time in that Ekagra Bhumiyam, this is my goal, this is my sadhana. Other than this, I am not interested in anything else, how much ever promising, tempting, assuring it may be. In this way, the one who keeps on doing, he goes on growing. Not avoidable by any sincere, for any sincere seeker, these efforts. So, good that we are tuning to Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya, and through that the Shruti Mata. Understanding may be very meager and less. Remembrance of that knowledge may be even less. With commitment doing sadhana to come out of the avidya, the maya or adhyasa, and I must experience the self. This thought, though is very essential, may not be so strong now. Yet, the base which we have held should never be given up. From this base only, from this root only, as we just now said, those things we have to keep on adding. Little by little, slow by slow. And whenever the faculties cooperate, little aggressively we can do. Like when the road is good without traffic, we can increase the speed of vehicle, little more quicker we can reach. But when the road is full of problems, traffic is too much, obviously we have to go slow. So when the faculties are non-cooperative, the world outside also is very imposing. That time, naturally our sadhanas cannot be so aggressive. But we will not give up the journey. Even 10 kilometers per hour also we have to go because of the traffic. We have to move only. You can't avoid moving ahead. You can't stop journey. Spirituality में भी ऐसा ही होता है. But when occasions come of total freedom, total even mind, intellect cooperating, at least that time we can encash for deepening, intensifying our studies, understandings and sadhanas. It proves our genuineness. Even if this is not there, one thing is always available for us, luckily, that is, we just beg our Guru Parampara and the Lord to keep us on that spiritual path. Give us all the strength to walk that path. ये तो minimum है, और बार बार वहाँ जाकर हमें अपने आप को चार्ज करना है. The charging plug for our spiritual journey is again and again visiting, revisiting our Ishtadevata and the Lord, Guru Parampara, that 10-15 minutes puja application. That let my desire for spiritual sadhana be stronger, let my effort be also deeper. Oh Lord, please bless. How He blesses, we don't know. It's very, very, very unimaginable, incalculable. In what way He gives us those opportunities and answers our prayers. But whenever those come, we will encash, like we are doing. देखो 2-3 साल हो गए, more than 1200 days for morning Upanishad class, May 8th 2020. So already 1212 days हो गए. So we are doing it. कुछ भी नहीं बिगड़ रहा है दुनिया का, हमारा भी है ना, ये क्लास अटेंड करने से. गुड. So we have conquered that aspect of fear कि something will be lost, something will happen if I am regular to class. वो तो जीत लिया हमने. आप लगातार रहेंगे, कुछ तो नुकसान है ही नहीं. So let us be in this way with these few important thoughts. Keep ourselves inspired on the path. And more intelligence, more maturity, where we are more committed and committed aggressively in such a manner that we are preparing ourselves all the time for sadhana and doing sadhana with the preparation. You know, like I was watching yesterday, the G20, up to 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, they were all busy only in the dinners. No morning, already 8:15, the program starts. Till evening, it is very busy schedule. How much our heads of states they are also human beings. They will also have their prakriti nature. And yet, they are able to attend all that means they are not less than any yogis in the past life of mastering the faculties, Otherwise, it is so tough, so difficult. And most of them coming from different nations and India's time zone different, there will be jet lag, etc. Conquering all that means not an ordinary feat. So, in that way, if we also can understand our own prakriti, in that the weaknesses and how to conquer them and what are the strengths required, how to gain them. And if these very salient things also, if we are masters of, then our sadhana would be much better. All the great masters have become great because of this way, in their own aloneness, having contemplated, having understood, having slowly, steadily conquered themselves. So they have put themselves on the path steadily, aggressively, they reached out. Of the rishis and munis, when we listen stories of the past, that महात्मा ऋषि ने तपस्या में बैठ गए 6 महीने, 1 साल, 5 साल, 10 साल, सुनते हैं. We just leave it, listen and leave it. But think about if somebody is able to so consistently be that way, how much he must be trying and succeeding in conquering the bahirmukha pravrutti or prakriti. How much he has mastered the demands of the senses, faculties, including that of the body, which always wants to lazy out, to sleep, etc. More sleep means more deha tadatmya, yaad rakh lena. So they are such ones, they have done any field for that matter, not only spiritual. Unless these sacrifices are done, the higher can never be achieved. For us also, good coming to the classes, but that's not sufficient. More mind to be given, more thought to be given. All the time the mind and intellect should be reveling only in the Upanishad Vakyas and the essence of it, and trying to visualize the essence called as meditation. ये हमको लगातार करते रहने से ही from the sthula will be shifted into the vision of seeing the sukshma. Shifting from the sthula to the sukshma is called spiritual sadhana. Clear? Remaining in sthula is called samsara. And in that parampara of the sukshma is that pure, all pervading Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, the real self. There our journey ends in reaching it. So may we all that way understand that nobody in this world is there for us. We are all alone are there. We ourselves have to inspire ourselves. We ourselves have to console ourselves. We have ourselves to empower from within. And the Lord and Guru are always there. When we bank upon them, they bless us. But again, their blessings are always given. Using them is our job. Therefore, finally it boils down that it is we who have to all alone have to walk in this path. They are there, but they can't walk for us. They can inspire us by giving the words of inspiration, guidance. वो ऑलरेडी मिल रहा है हर दिन, मगर इस मार्ग में मुझे ही चलना है, मेरे अपने हिम्मत हौसले ताकत से ऐसा सोचकर जो लगाएगा कदम आगे, फिर वो पाता जाएगा लक्ष्य को. Let us try for that. Now let us chant Mano Brahmeti in the Tritiya Bhrugu Valli, the three Anuvakas for our Parayanam. Om Mano Brahmeti Vyajanat Manaso Heva Kalvimani Bhutani Jayante Manasa Jatani Jivante Mana Prayante Visamvishantiti Tadvignaya Punareva Varunam Pitaramupasasara Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti Tagum Hovacha Tapasa Brahma Vijijñāsasva Tapo Brahmeti Satapo Tapyata Satapastaptva Vijñānam Brahmeti Vyajanāt Vijñānādhyeva Kalvimāni Bhūtāni Jayante Vijñānena Jātāni Jīvanti Vijñānam Prayantya Visamvishantiti Tadvijñāya Punareva Varunam Pitaramupasasara Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti Tagum Hovacha Tapasa Brahma Vijijñāsasva Tapo Brahmeti Satapotapyata Satapastaptva Anando Brahmeti Vyajanāt Anandādhyeva Kalvimāni Bhūtāni Jayante Anandena Jātāni Jīvante Anandam Prayantya Visamvishantiti Saisha Bhargavi Varuni Vidya Parame Vyoman Pratishtita Ya evam Veda Pratitishthati Annavanannado Bhavate Mahan Bhavati Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchasena Mahan Kirtya Om Shanti 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 Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Bhishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Shruti Smriti Purana Namalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Om Guru Pungava Pungava Ketanate Samatamayatam Nahi Kopi Sudhi Sharanagata Vatsala Tatvanidhe Bhava Shankara Deshikame Sharanam Brahmanandam Brahmasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtyam Dvandvātītam Gagana Sadusham Dattamasyādi Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tannamami Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेद व्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्याद्य शंकरादि गुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां दिग्विजयार्थं श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धारिते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। येरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेद तद्वक्तारमावेद आवेन्माम् आवेद वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ तृतीया भृगुवल्ली दशमोऽनुभागः। स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवं विद अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य एतमन्नमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतं प्राणमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतं मनोमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतं विज्ञानमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य एतमानन्दमयमात्मानमुपसंक्रम्य इमान् लोकान् कामान्निकामरूप्यनुसञ्चरन् एतत्सामगायन्नास्ते हा वो अहमन्नमहमन्नमहमन्नम् अहमन्नादो अहमन्नादः अहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृदहग्गश्लोककृत् अहमस्मि प्रथमजारुतास्य पूर्वं देवेभ्यो अमृतस्य ना भाई यो मा ददाति स इदेव मा वाह। अहं विश्वं भुवनमभ्यभवाम सुवर्णज्योतेः एवं वेद इत्युपनिषद। ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, in this Taittiriya Upanishad, third Bhrugu Valli, 10th Anuvaka, the last one, couple of weeks we are studying. All that is being beautifully towards the end by Bhashyakara is summarized. That portion we are doing it. Before that, as an introduction to Sayashchayam Purusheshchavaditya ke baad Asmal Lokat Pritya, to that Etamanamaya Matava Sakramya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara give the Bhashya saying that in that Rigveda mantra, which was a quote for Yajurveda Brahmana. What is the Yajurveda Brahmana? Satyam Brahma Vidapnoti Param. Quotation for that from the Rigveda is Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma Yo Vedanitam Guhayam Parme Vyoman Saha Ashtute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashchita Iti. So in this Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma, which is the Brahma Vidya, which is Lakshanayukta Nirvachanam of the Brahma Tattva, is explained exhaustively in the Brahmananda Valli. Okay. How this Satyam Jnanamanandam Brahma is experienced through the tapasya. The tapasya aspect is explained through the Bhrugu Varuna Akhyayika. what are the things which help that tapasya of that Bhrugu Akhyayika is the Brahma Upasana. That Brahma Upasana as Manushi Samagnya, Daivi Samagnya, as well as with the Phala Shruti again, the Daivi Samagnya. Total 17 to be done. Practices, sadhanas, upasanas, Brahma Upasanas, they were also told. Okay, so in that way, Brahma Vidapnoti Param, Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Up to this is covered. So Bhagavan Shankara says, ki the Phala Shruti aspect, ki Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschita. This portion is yet to be clearly explained. So for the explanation sake of this, Phala Shruti is the next topic. That is the last topic of this total Upanishad. Thus the last topic of the Bhrugu Valli. Thus the last topic of the Dashamaha Anuvakaha. So what we are studying in the 10th Anuvaka in the last portion is that clarity regarding the Phala Shruti. Okay. Now, in that Phala Shruti, the question is raised. Okay. What is that? That is what we have to study from. Okay. What we have now summarized, which is summarized by Shankara in the Bhashya, which we'll study, we'll just chant only, no need to explain, because that is what explained. Now, what it is? Satyam Jnanam iti asyaha ruchaha arthaha vyakhyataha. So Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma of this Rigveda mantra, artha, the meaning is explained vistarena in detail, where in that Vivarana Bhutayam Anandavalya, in the Brahmanandavalli, whose purpose was only to give the Vivarana detailed explanation of it. But Saha Ashtute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashita iti tasya Phalavachanasya Artha Vistaraha na Uktaha. The Phala जो है बताया है उसका अर्थ विस्तार से it is not told. What is the things you have to know in fact in this regard? Just listen that sentence. Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman. So Saha the Brahma Prapta Sadhaka or Siddha Purusha. Ashnute means enjoys. This is understood. But Sarvan Kaman means what? Kete Kim Vishyaha va Sarve Kamaha. What are those all kamanas is going to enjoy? Katham va Brahmana Saha Samashnute. How we will experience all of them while experiencing the Brahma Tattva? Iti etad vaktavya. So which are the Vishayas are the kamanas which he will experience? Sarvan Kamana ka arth kya hai? Secondly, Brahmana Saha. Along with the Brahma Anubhuti he will experience. That is what Shruti Mata said. उसका अर्थ बताना है इति एतद् वक्तव्यम इति इदम इदानीम आरभ्यम. This is what arabhyate. This is what is being spoken. So in the next two paragraphs the subject that is discussed is how he enjoys all, what are the kamanas which he enjoys all of them, and how he enjoys all of them with the along with the Brahma Anubhuti, as we were discussing yesterday toward the end. This is the thought, so powerful, so beautiful, so deep, so clear. If we are able to understand, both the things will happen. One, the delusion of the worldly things to be real, and the delusion of getting happiness from that, wo pole khul jayega. Second is, what is the meaning of true anandam, true sukham? That also will come to our understanding. Like in all texts, every day nowadays we are studying that on Paramatma only the drashta drishya is superimposed, then the drashta identify the drishya, tries to eke out the sukha. ये सारा illusion है, delusion है. I myself am the Ananda Swarupa. Remaining in that is moksha. This thought which is so sublime and so subtle, little bit at least we will be able to grasp with the meaning, with the understanding of this Bhashyam. in which these two questions are answered. One, Sarvan Kaman means what? Saha Ashnute Brahmana means what? Is it not? Before entering into the Bhashyam only, just for our comfort's sake, little understanding is Sarvan Kaman is spoken from our ignorant level where so many Kamya Vastus we are saying. Only the ignorance of the world is projected, which we take it as an object of enjoyment. So though the language used is from our side, Sarvan Kaman Ashnute, he will enjoy all the desirable objects, but what is intended is what? All the number of objects which you are thinking to be the objects of enjoyment, are they real? No. Then where they have come from? The substratum. Now, when you contact and be one with substratum, obviously, are you not enjoying all the kamanas? So, in a retail manner, one object we will not enjoy. But all of them are illusory expressions. Of whom? Of Paramatma only. They were having experience of Paramatma. Are you not experiencing all of them? So that subtlety we have to catch. The ones who are biased with this regular habit of enjoying the objects through senses, thinking that that alone is source of happiness, for them this thought will not click easily. But those who have got Vedanta samskaras, contemplation, with which they knew that the whole world of multiplicity is nothing but the projection on the self. The self is reality, the multiple objects are projection. For them this becomes clear. If it is taught that Sarvan Kaman Samashrita is not that he will have all the things enjoying, etc. It is the source of all that is Paramatma. In the experience of him, all these are included. How to tell you the example, Kalka example. In our Raat dinner, I was watching all the dinner. 500 items were kept, but that's only 150 delegates are kitne bhi the. 500 items of kaun khayega itna to. Every state ka dishes, when I was watching, everyone. हर एक जगह का बता रहे थे. Now we the host gave every food to everyone. Did all of them eat everything that is given? 10 दिन भी लगातार खाते जाओ, you can't finish them. 500 items, Baba. But then the hosts are happy that they gave the best of the kamana to the guests. Guests also contented with whatever they could eat, and other things were at their disposal, but they can't consume with the mouth, but then they can have satisfaction that we were taken care. So in this thing, Ashnute Sarvan Kaman is achieved. Because the purpose of giving food is the intention of giving best food. So to the purpose of taking food is having full stomach satisfactorily. So it includes all the items in it. You need not eat everything. शादी में जाते तो 56 भोग थोड़ी खाते हैं पूरे, 2-4 खा लेते हैं, पेट भर गया, we bless and come. Here also, when you touch the substratum of all the superimposed Vishayas, you have already experienced all of them. This should click to us. That's what I said. The ones who understand the world of objects, how much ever we indulge in them, at a final inquiry level, they're all delusory projections. Reality alone is real. Those who have deep understanding about this, they alone will understand this deep thing that by touching the substratum, all else is included in it. In that way, Sarvan Kaman Samashrite, not that he will go on enjoying one by one. Then he is a bhogi only. Again, Brahmana Saha means what? Yeah. Who is the substratum of all of them? Param Brahma only. They were while experiencing Brahma Tattva, they experience everything. That is the meaning of, in Gita Shloka we quoted yesterday, Yavan artha udapane sarvata samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata. In the purposes fulfilled in a well, all are fulfilled by the river. So to whatever the Sukha achieved through all the Yajna and their result, every one of them are included in Brahmanasya Vijanataha when one experiences the Brahma Tattva. So that way the Shruti Mata says, So Shnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschitta. By listening to this, what should be the consequence? Therefore, instead of struggling for the retail happinesses and feeling disappointed that everything could not be enjoyed in the world of indulgence, let us know that when the Brahma Ananda is gained by Brahma Jnana, all these Anandas are included in it. Therefore, go for this Brahma Ananda, for this Brahma Prapti, for this Brahma Chintana. That should be the final outcome. Because any of the higher, greater place indicated, why don't we go? Because somewhere else our mind is there. We are hooked on. Like the children. Chalo wahan. कहते हैं नहीं मेरे को नहीं आना क्यों मेरे को खेलना है. They tell them अरे ये खेल वहाँ भी मिलेगा. Then he is ready to go with you. Is it not? वहाँ भी ये खेल मिलेगा immediately. So to why are we not pursuing Brahman? Because we have the bhoga in the world through the indriyas of the shabdas, sparsha, gandha. So if you are convinced that all the ananda we are getting through these indulgences is available in Brahma Ananda, obviously there is a more likelihood or chance of seeking that Brahman. That block, that obstacle goes away, that while pursuing the Brahma Ananda, Brahma Prapti, I will be sacrificing or missing this bhoga, that very powerful thought that can be conquered. For that purpose, because without that thing, that giving up the pursuit of the worldly things, our mind intellect cannot be focused towards the truth. But we are interested in the ananda, sukha of the world. That's a big problem. Then how to turn the mind of these people? Only by revealing the truth, fact. What is the fact and revelation? The whole objects only are superimposed only on the Brahman. Then how can there be objects which are imaginary can give us happiness? You should have a thinking. Then if the objects are giving happiness, they are giving happiness because of the substratum. And we are telling to reach to substratum only. Source only of all ananda. So in this way, the Phala Shruti is explained, the purpose of Phala Shruti is told. The purpose of telling the Phala Shruti is to inspire us to pursue the Brahma Prapti Marga exclusively. Otherwise, this excruciating desire and desire fulfilling efforts, and if not fulfilled, the pains, they won't allow us to be spiritual. That was already said actually in the earlier ANUVAKAM, Valli also, here also. तस्मात् तत्सुकृतमुच्यते इति यद्वै तत्सुकृतं रसो वै सः रसक्यह्येवायं लब्ध्वा आनन्दी भवति को वेवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति. At that time that was explained. What is explained is, with Brahman, when one finds differentiationless oneness, all santosha, all trupti, all ananda is gained there. Whoever is maintaining distance from the Brahman, he is amidst all comforts, still suffers the suffering of the bhaya which is born out of Dvaita. Same thing that also can be clubbed with for complete understanding. In the obtaining of Brahman, all anandas are gained, fearlessness are gained, contentment, truptis are gained. In non-obtaining or becoming oneness with the recognized oneness of Brahman, the distance is maintained. In the duality, there is always fear in spite of. all the comforts around. Like in the yesterday's meeting, with all the respects given, welcomes given, hospitality is given. If any of the invited delegates, one or two, if they have any sense of difference with the program or with the host nation or with any of the participating nations, that will create the dukkha and bhaya to them. Then their participation will be not wholehearted. Is it not? Everything is wonderful outside. I was observing all the chief ministers who are called, who are absolutely against the ruling party. है ना, वो उधर के वालों को बुलाए, नीचे वालों को नहीं बुलाया, एक ही को बुलाया. So they were there participating, but then there's sense of difference there. Sense of difference है तो comfort नहीं रहेगा. I was just observing how is the Russian premier's presence there. He was hesitating. His mind was more on Jinping than this meeting. But that Japan lady, Indian dress, pura sari pehen kar wahi, how wonderful it was to look at. Totally identified, enjoying only they were. And the best of all was the South Africa wala. He's so happy, 51 nations included in G21. Excited. So, the little udaram, aram, antaram, little difference maintained, bhaya leads to dukkha in spite of all comforts around. But the oneness is discovered, not only the bhaya gone away, but then positively, all the trupti, all ananda, all sukha shanti is gained. That's what said there. Same here also. By giving up the Vishayas of the world, we are gainers, not losers. So too, by discovering oneness with Brahman, we are only the gainers, not losers at any cost. Like in this summit, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. With this goal, when everybody sheds out or transcends the individual selfishness and works for the total, they are all gainers only, there is nobody loser. Everybody's talk I heard, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Everybody's mind is so became mature, tuned, just because they tuned to the theme of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It is a surprising thing for them that transcending the borders of their nation limitation, we can think for the whole globe. ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? तब तक तो उनको अपना देश, अपना कॉन्टिनेंट, अपने मित्र देश, उनका दिमाग इतना ही नैरो था. But the Indian Sanatana Dharma theme of universal oneness, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, when it was given, their hearts received it. And in that response, when they were given to talk, every one of them. The interesting most was that Biden. It is impossible for an American people that way to talk without extra dominance, that we are superpower. It was very. And toward the end, again, he took the mic and gave the concluding remarks and vote of thanks. Everywhere, I was observing keenly. Japan wala ne kya bola? France wala. France is good friend in all the army dealings, etc. See, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are gainers, we are not losers. Same way, in the prapti of the Brahman, we are gainers, not losers. So too, for the sake of that, when we go beyond all contact within subject-object, that also is a gain in the loss. There is no loss. For conveying this subtle point for us, which is very essential for us to be committed single-pointedly for the sadhana, this PHALA SHRUTI is mentioned where Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashchita. See, this important topic is kept towards the end, both by Shruti Mata and Bhashyakara, because with all the listening, it is all theory. The real journey starts or happens only when we start practically. The practical starting is giving up the duality, taking up the Brahma pursuit while studying, while meditating. Therefore, this most important thought of starting point of sadhana is taken up towards the end. That's the intelligence of the Shruti Mata as well as our Bhashyakara. क्यों कुछ रह ना जाए मन में कि यार मैं उधर जा रहा हूँ ये छोड़कर तो फिर मिस हो जाएगा ना, कुछ नहीं मिस होएगा. You are getting more than what you are getting here. That type of thing. So, we have done what we have done yesterday again today also. Today also again this portion of Bhashyam we will study. Try to explain what we can do in the small little given time. Listen carefully. First question is raised. Then the answer is given. So topic becomes clear. Question is this. First, Yecha sarve kamaha. All the kamya vastus of this loka or other loka, enjoyable through the buddhi or the mana or indriyas or sharira. All of them, pratiniyata aneka sadhana sadhyaha. Pratiniyata aneka sadhana sadhya means अनेक साधन करने से मिलने वाले साध्य है वो. When you do something, then you get them. That is the relation between those aneka kama, sarve kama. Second thing is what? There is a condition. Ki for the obtaining of that kamana, this is what is the sadhana to be done. Kamana here is sadhya vastu. So for this sadhya, this is the sadhana. So pratiniyata aneka sadhana sadhya. Pratiniyata means specified. Sadhana means. Sadhya is reachable goal. So these are the specified means to be practiced to get those specific goals. This is all the kamya vastus. Is it not simple? If you want to have the dal makhani, that is a sadhya vastu. पर उसके लिए जो साधन है अपना प्रतिनियत होता है. Only that way when you make it, the proper dal makhani comes. If you want to make dahi bhalla, no, you cannot have same process of dal makhani making for the dahi bhalla. इसके लिए अलग साधन होता है. So प्रतिनियत साधना हर एक साथी के लिए है ना. सांबार बनानी है उसके लिए साधन अलग है. प्रतिनियता मतलब वैसे बनाओ तभी वो सांबर बनता है. सांबर बनाना है तो उसको ऐसे ही करना पड़ता है. This is how every of the sadhya vastus have their own definite sadhanas to be done to reach them. So yecha sarve kamaha. So many kamya vastus are there. Kamanas, each of them are gained through definite way of doing them. Again, मिठाई बनानी है तो उसका प्रोसेस अलग होता है. नमकीन बनाना है तो उसका अलग. So नमकीन साध्य वस्तु के लिए you cannot add चीनी, and then मिठाई वाले साध्य वस्तु के लिए you cannot add नमक. अपना साधन अलग ही है उसके लिए. I was observing yesterday the millet made wonderful dishes, sweet dishes. इतने सारे बनाए. Because millet year है 2023. Whole universe accepted. UNESCO or UN accept किया ना. On the proposition of India, everybody accepted the millet year. So practically demonstrated yesterday. सारे millet के मिठाइयाँ. तो उसके लिए ingredients. So pratiniyata sadhya aneka sadhana है understood. Okay, sadhya sadhana. Now in that sadhya vastu, this kamanas, where from they are coming out of? Akashadi karya bheda vishayaha. From the akasha, whatever the Pancha Mahabhutas have come remaining for, in the mutual combination only, the entire world of objects. Is it not? So two things. Objects are gained by doing the due respective sadhana for them. Second, the objects are the products of the karya starting from the akasha adi. So akasha adi karya bheda vishayate darshitaha. So in that setup, I do this sadhana or karya, then the sadhya, the vastus are obtained by me, and I have my own faculties. Indulging in that objects, I am enjoying. ये तो चल रहा है ना. I wanted something to have, I got the ingredient, I did the sadhana, the object came, I involved in it. It is eatable through eating in the mouth. तो इसमें हिसाब से क्लियर है जो जागतिक व्यवहार है, लौकिक व्यवहार है, जो अभी तक चल रहा है. Now, ekatve, when Brahma Atma, ekatva, when you discover, eka Brahma anubhuti, when it comes, punaha, now listen carefully, kama kamitva anubhapatti. When one discovers one common substratum Brahman, where is kami, where is a kamana? Kami means enjoyer, kama na means enjoyable objects. तो काम कामी भेद तो नहीं होगा उसमें. Why? Because भेद जातस्य सर्वस्य. All that which was taken as other than us, from the standpoint of the projected drashta drishya difference, is found to be one only because Atma Bhutatva. एक ही परमात्मा के ऊपर ही ये भेद जात आरोपित है दृष्टा दृश्य वाला. Therefore, in the question only there is an answer given here. Now, what is the question? Question is, in the Ekameva Advayam Brahma discovery, all the bheda of Kama and Kami has gone away. Ekameva Advayam Brahma discovery mein Kama Kami. Kami means enjoyer. Kamana is object of enjoyment. All the difference is gone away. Then Tatra Katham Yugapad Brahma Swarupena Sarvan Kaman Evam Mit Samashtute. Then how do you justify this sentence that all the Vishayas are enjoyed also, as well as along with the Brahman they are enjoyed? This is a basic question, no? That's what is being addressed. How come with the Brahman they are all enjoyed, all objects are enjoyed? The answer is in the question only. Therefore, the same thing the Siddhanti tells us to, you grasp the point. What he tells is this much. The answer is iti uchyate. This is the answer. Answer is only one liner. Ki sarva atmatva upapattehe. Here, finding the sarvatma atmavastu Brahman, in that only the experience of Brahma Anubhuti along with the experience of all the kamanas is included. Because it's a substratum of everything. So, in the enjoyment of an idli, there is only idli enjoyment, not dosha, not brahmananda. In the enjoyment of dosha, there is no dosha enjoyment, there is no puri enjoyment, no brahmananda. Remember it. But in the enjoyment of brahmananda, brahmananda also is there, and ananda of all these also are there. Because all these objects, the reflected happiness they are giving, that happiness belongs to Brahman. These objects also are nothing but the Brahman only, projected objectively at the delusionary level. Therefore, actually, किसी भी कीमत पर जागरण स्वप्न सुषुप्ति स्थितियों में जो भी आनंद सुख हमको मिल रहा है, it has to be coming from Atman Brahman only, because that alone is reality. Anything other than is only imaginary duality. How can that imaginary thing give the real sukha or dukkha? Is it not? The imaginary snake cannot bite us and give poison and kill us. Is it not? Think about it. So do the imaginary mirage water cannot quench our thirst and give satisfaction. Therefore, it is an illusion that we were getting happiness from the objects of the world. And that also in retail mein thoda mil raha hai. The reality is the ananda has to come from the real thing, and the real thing is Brahma Tattva only. Therefore, in the Brahma Anubhuti, all the ananda of all the things has to include. Because it is a substratum of all. So that one subtle thought, if you can catch it, थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है वो, लेकिन पकड़ पाए तो then the delusion, confusion goes away that I can be sukhi only in the objects of the world and I have to give up those objects and ananda for the sake of Brahmananda, which it is very difficult for me. Now I don't want to pursue the spiritual path. These doubts will be there. But if one knows that the ananda in the objects is illusory, it is not at all real, it is delusion, because the objects themselves are not real. The substratum of them is Brahman. Therefore, the ananda, if at all it comes, has to come from Brahman only. If this clarity comes, then we'll kick away all the nonsense of the worldliness. We go only for Brahmananda. So every Ananda we get through all sense organs, mind, intellect, by indulging in the things and beings of the world. All of them is nothing but the Brahmananda Lavashritaha. Brahmananda ka hi hissa hai. We have already seen that in the Ananda Mimamsa. So from that standpoint, this Phala Shruti is to be understood. Not this way कि ब्रह्म मिल गया तो फिर इडली मिलने लगा, डोसा मिलने लगा, पनीर मिलने लगा, पराठा मिलने लगा, टीवी मिलने लगा. Not that is not the meaning of सर्वान कामान अश्नुते. Because practically is impossible. कोई बंदे को एक जीवन काल में एक ही समय सारे इंद्रियों से सारे वस्तुओं को भोगना असंभव है. But Shruti Mata said sentence. But Shruti Mata will not speak wrong also. Therefore what? What she means by saying this, we have to understand. What she means is this only. But the substratum of everything is Brahman, therefore all Ananda has to come from Brahman only. Therefore we experience the Brahman. In that all Anandas are included simultaneously. Okay. Now Katham Sarvatmatva Upapatti Ityadi, a good discussion is there. We'll do it tomorrow. Very good one it is. Thereafter comes Ahamannam. Yeah, हो जाएगा बस 3-4 दिन में. We'll do it. We'll stop it today. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paravrashibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Om Tat Sat Brahma Pranamastu. Thank you. Mm-hmm.